Having everything in one place sounds great, especially with an open source CRM where you get more freedom to customize things. But not every platform gives you that flexibility without making things complicated. That was something we kept in mind while using these two CRMs, Espo and Odoo. Instead of just looking at feature lists, we went through the actual tools and compared how both handled our workflow, from sales and automation to reporting, documents, accounting, and projects. We covered it all. So let's see which one came out ahead. Okay, let's start with the dashboards. In EspoCRM, we found the interface much more focused on the CRM itself. We could work with different dashlets for things like opportunities, sales activity, tasks, and other CRM data. And we liked that we could arrange the dashboard around what we actually wanted to monitor. It felt pretty easy to personalize. With Odoo, we noticed a different approach. The CRM dashboard gives us a visual view of our sales pipeline and activity, but because CRM connects with the wider Odoo system, we can also move from those sales records into other parts of the business without jumping between separate platforms. We liked that connected workflow, especially when we were following a deal beyond the CRM. Now, looking at customization, EspoCRM gave us more freedom to organize the dashboard around our own workflow, while Odoo felt more connected to the bigger business system. When it comes to actually handling sales, both tools work a little differently. With EspoCRM, we could create leads, turn them into opportunities, move deals through different stages, and set things like probability and sales pipelines. We also liked how accounts connect with contacts, opportunities, cases, and documents, so we could keep the whole customer relationship in one place. Odoo gives us that same visual pipeline, but we found it a little more connected to everything happening around the deal. We could schedule calls and meetings, keep emails and activities with the opportunity, and bring leads in from things like emails and website forms. Odoo also gives us lead scoring and assignment tools, so leads can be sent to the right person without us doing everything manually. Now let's check how both tools handle customer information. In EspoCRM, we found the data nicely organized around accounts, contacts, leads, and opportunities. We could link these records together, and an account could also have its cases and documents connected to it. Odoo does something similar, but we found even more information sitting around the opportunity itself. We could see things like previous orders, invoices, emails, meetings, activities, and other customer interactions in one place. We also liked that Odoo can handle multiple customer addresses and preferences and can automatically pull in some customer information from an email address or phone number. Then there's keeping the data clean. EspoCRM gives us good control over how our records are organized and connected. Odoo adds a few extra helpers here, like spotting duplicate leads, enriching lead information, automatically creating leads from different sources, and filling in partner details. Well, both platforms can actually automate the work. EspoCRM gives us a dedicated workflow tool where we can choose what record the workflow should work with, set conditions, and then decide what happens next. We could use it to update records, assign work, trigger business rules, or even connect with outside systems through an API. One thing we noticed, though, is that EspoCRM's workflow feature comes with its advanced pack. With Odoo, a lot of its automation is built right into the CRM process. Leads can come in automatically from emails or website forms, assignment rules can send them to the right salesperson, and activities can be planned automatically based on the sales process. And we especially liked how Odoo handles follow-ups. We could set up a series of activities, so once one task is finished, the next one can be planned automatically. That can save a lot of small manual steps when we're dealing with plenty of opportunities. Next, we checked the reporting side of both. Espo lets us build reports around the CRM data we're already working with. We could choose the records, add filters, group the information, and turn that data into something we could actually use. It felt pretty straightforward when we just wanted to answer a specific question about our sales data. Odoo gave us more of that visual, business-wide view. From the CRM, we could look at things like pipelines, conversion rates, and customer engagement, then dig further into the numbers using its spreadsheet tools. So we could filter records, collapse rows, and work with the data instead of just looking at a fixed report. Now let's look at how they handle documents and accounting. EspoCRM keeps documents closely tied to the CRM records, so when we're working with a customer or opportunity, we can keep the related files there instead of having them floating around somewhere else. That works well when our main goal is keeping customer information and documents together. Odoo takes this much further because documents and accounting are part of the same wider system. We could automatically sort files into folders, attach documents to the right records, preview different file types, and quickly share, rename, or download them. We also liked that an emailed receipt could be turned into a PDF and placed where it belongs. Once a deal moves forward, we wanted to see what happens after the sales part is done. EspoCRM keeps activities closely connected to the CRM records, so we could manage things like tasks, calls, meetings, and follow-ups from the customer and opportunity records. We liked that because the sales team can keep track of what needs to happen next without losing the customer context. Odoo takes that next step by connecting CRM with projects. Once a deal is confirmed, we could create a project from a template, and that can bring in the tasks, stages, and assigned people automatically. So instead of starting a project from an empty screen, we already had the basic structure ready. We also liked how Odoo handles day-to-day activities. The calendar gives us a visual way to plan tasks, while team members can log their time and send that information back into reports and billing.
So, which one is the best open source CRM? For us, Odoo is the one we'd choose overall, as that wider connection gives it more room to grow with a business. But if you want a simpler, more CRM-focused setup with a bit of flexibility, you can go with EspoCRM instead. Alright, which CRM would you pick? Let us know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. If this comparison helped, hit like, subscribe, and check out our other software reviews.